Hello everyone, my name is Jimmy and welcome back to The Last Lap. In this episode we're going to be talking about all of the action that will be happening at Texas Motor Speedway this weekend. There'll be an Xfinity and Truck Series doubleheader on Saturday, and then the Cup Series will be doing their All-Star race on Sunday. But before we hop into it, just to remind you guys to hit that subscribe button down below. It really does go a long way and helps the channel grow. And you can also check us out on Instagram at The Last Lap News. We're trying to be more active on there, post some highlights and stuff throughout the week. So if you check us out there, that'd be greatly appreciated as well. As always, I have Matthew on the show, my friend and co-host, and heading into this All-Star weekend, I don't know whether to be excited or to not even get my hopes up for this weekend at Texas. So what's your brief insight or preview going into the weekend? How are you feeling about Texas for the All-Star race this weekend?
Well, I feel like it's going to be an absolute disaster of a race, but hopefully I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I don't want to get my hopes up too much, but I also don't want to go into the race with little to no expectation at all. But we're going to start off this episode with some news, and the first topic will be regarding Jeff Gordon. There's a rumor going around that he might consider leaving Fox Sports after this season and joining Hendrick Motorsports in a more major role. He's already, I'm pretty sure, like a minority owner of the team. And for me, as a Jeff Gordon fan, I would honestly want him to take that step, because if Hendrick is offering you a big part of that company, why would you turn that down? You've been with them for your entire career. For about 30 years now he's been associated with Hendrick Motorsports, so I don't see why he wouldn't take that opportunity. Plus, I feel like he hasn't really progressed that well in Fox Sports with his announcing and broadcasting career, so I feel like that would be better for him in both ways. It would be good for him and good for Fox Sports if he would take that role at Hendrick Motorsports. We already see what Chad Canales is doing over there this year. I'm sure that has a big amount of reasoning why they're doing well this year, and if you add Jeff Gordon into that list as well, they could expand and get even better. So I'm all for it. And Matthew, what do you think about this whole rumor about Jeff Gordon potentially leaving Fox for Hendrick next year?
Well, if he does leave, I wouldn't miss it, because I just feel like his broadcasting is just average. I mean, he's not terrible, but he's not that good either, to be honest. I mean, there's times when he sounds, a little dry here and there. There's this occasional bias for Hendrick on this broadcasting, which is, I mean, you can deny it, but I feel like there's always bias. But I just, let's see. Yeah, if it'll be good for Hendrick if he gets a larger role. I feel like they'll be stronger that way. But other than for the broadcasting, I feel like he just hasn't improved that much, so I wouldn't really miss him if he was out of there.
Yeah, I feel like Clint Boyer brings a lot of energy to the broadcast and a lot of knowledge, whereas Jeff Gordon, I feel like he kind of forces it a little bit. I don't feel like that's his personality to kind of be funny. So I feel like Clint Boyer's more natural in the booth, whereas Jeff kind of tries to force some things here and there. But we're going to move on to our next topic, and that has to do with the Restrictor Plate racing package. NASCAR did make a few changes, probably because of Joey Logano's comments after the crash at Talladega back in April. And basically what that package will include is a smaller spacer in the Restrictor Plate, which will reduce horsepower from 510 to 450. They're going to remove the wicker from the spoiler, which is the little, you probably can't even see it that well, but there's a little thing at the top of the spoiler, probably about that big, that is on top of it. They're going to remove that. And then they're mandating a roll bar in the back of the car that will obviously protect the drivers and keep them more safe. And I'm not too sure what to think of these changes. They don't seem like too significant of changes, so hopefully it doesn't affect the racing too much. I do like the current racing on the restrictor plates with how aggressive the blocks are and how much momentum drivers can get from runs. and hopefully this doesn't affect that too much, but it also improves driver safety a lot, and we don't see cars flipping upside down. So, Matthew, what do you have to say about this new super speedway package? Do you think it'll help the drivers be safe and maybe keep the racing pretty good? What do you think? Where do you think that balance is going to be?
Well, the racing, I just hope the racing doesn't change, because if it is effective, I'm not really going to be happy with it. Safety part, I mean, it's fine. I mean, look, cars are going to go upside down no matter what. I mean, you're still going really fast. If you get hit in a weird position, you're going to go in the air. So you can't really prevent physics. It's physics. You can't prevent that from happening. So, I mean, I just hope it doesn't really affect the racing. That's all I'm asking for. I mean, they can put all the safety stuff they want on it, but the cars are still going to go upside down. That's just how physics works. That's just how air works and aerodynamics and all that. So I don't really see that preventing it. Well, I mean, it's still going at least 190 something. That's still enough to get you up. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even really think about the physics side of it at all. That if a car gets turned backwards like Logano's did, it's probably going to flip upside down anyways. But yeah, it's a fine line for sure. NASCAR wants to keep the fans happy with the racing, but they also want to protect their drivers. So hopefully they did a good job maintaining that with this change to the package, and hopefully the next super speedway race will have some pretty good action and not really affect the racing that much and improve driver safety. But we're going to transition into our final news topic before we hop into our predictions and everything for this weekend at Texas. And that is that another team is trying to potentially expand this upcoming season for 2022. It was announced that Trackhouse Racing, I believe it was Justin Marks who made the comment on Sirius XM radio, that they are potentially wanting to expand next season. They are doing really good this season. I feel like they're exceeding their expectations. They've had a few really good finishes with Daniel Suarez in a 99 car, and they got Pitbull coming in and probably giving a lot of money towards that race team, so I'm sure they probably have a pretty good amount of money that they'd want to set aside for expanding their operations. But it'll be interesting because they want to expand. 2311 Racing wants to expand. I know Colleague Racing wants to add a full-time car next season as well. So there could be a lot of new teams coming into the sport next year, and that might slightly affect the charter system. I would love to get some of those Rick Ware racing cars out of those charters, hopefully, but I really hope that could happen. I hope that all three of these teams can make something happen. I hope Trackhouse can expand. I hope 2311 can expand, and I hope Colleague can get a full-time car in there as well. And I think the only main name I've heard thrown out is Kurt Busch. I haven't really heard any other names for 2311 or Trackhouse, so maybe a Matt DiBenedetto could get one of those two rides. So I'm not sure. It's kind of early, but it'll be interesting to see what 2022 holds for these drivers. So Matthew, what do you have to say about these rumors of all these teams expanding, and maybe slightly give me a tiny bit of your opinion on this charter system?
Well, it doesn't surprise me. Of course, it's the next gen car. I mean, it's going to be basically cheaper for a team to operate, so everybody's going to want to expand. Everybody wants to get in on this. As for the driver for that second car, I mean, Kurt Busch is linked to 2311, so I'm just going to assume he's doing it. I could be wrong, but I'm just going to assume it because that's my prediction. My prediction that it could be Ryan Newman in this car. I think we all know the rumor of Brad Keselowski going to Roush Fenway, so I feel like Newman's going to be the one out because I don't see that team expanding. I just don't see that happening. So I think Newman would go to that ride to help build that team like how he did with Roush. So, so I see that happening. I'm assuming that Keselowski's leaving the 2 car. I feel like Matt DiBenedetto could go to the 2 car actually. I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, he's already affiliated with Penske, so they have that relationship. I just feel like he can get in the 2 car. I mean, I can't think of anybody else right now. So Allison Cindric's going to the 21, so that leaves that 2 car open. So as the charter system, I already have plenty of rants about how ridiculous it is. I feel like I said, I feel like teams that run badly that had them should be revoked of those charters and be put in bidding for the new teams that want to have a shot at it. So get all 4 Rick Rary Racing charters out of here and get that 00 charter out of here because both of them don't deserve it at all. So that's my take.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for sure what 2022 holds with all these new teams potentially coming into the sport or teams adding cars to their roster. So we'll have to wait and see, and of course we will update you guys with any type of news that comes out regarding silly season. But now it's time to hop into our predictions for this weekend at Texas, and I don't even remember where the points are, to be honest. I think it's 18-8 or something.
Can I do my Xfinity and truck picks first?
Oh, you want to do your Xfinity and truck picks first?
Look, this All-Star race is going to be wild. I think it's going to be unpredictable for me with how crazy it is. So I gotta get some guaranteed points.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, go ahead. You probably just screwed me over because I didn't even put down a second pick for Xfinity or truck because I thought you would let me go first. But go ahead, you can do that first. Go ahead.
Well, I might as well do Xfinity truck picks at the same time because I'm going to be picking the same person here. We all know who's racing the truck at Xfinity. He's basically doing a triple header this weekend. Kyle Busch. I mean, I'm picking him for both series. It's a guaranteed for me. I mean, I don't even need to explain why. But, yeah, so Kyle Busch, Xfinity Truck Series.
Okay. I knew Kyle was racing in Xfinity. I didn't know he was racing in the trucks, but I do know somebody else who's racing in the truck series this weekend at Texas, and that's my man, Chase Elliott. So, I got to go with him. I got to pick Chase Elliott for the trucks. We could maybe have a Charlotte 2.0 from last season.
Or amazing. Homestead 2.0 when Elliott lost and Kyle won. So, of course, no one remembers that because, they want to forget the times when Kyle actually wins.
It'll be interesting for sure, though. I think Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott will probably be the 2 classes of the field, or it could be Atlanta from last year when they both literally choked and it cost both of them the win. But yeah, Chase Elliott's going to be my truck pick, and for Xfinity, let me think. I'm going to pick... I'm going to go out on a limb, not really on a limb here, but I'll go with Harrison Burton. That'll be my Xfinity pick. He won there in the fall. Obviously, it was a last lap pass on Noah Gragson, but still, I think Harrison Burton is a pretty solid pick for this weekend at Texas, so I'll go ahead and pick him for my Xfinity pick. And before we hop into the Cup Series picks, I want to make this All-Star format easy for you guys. I've done my research and it's still complicated to me, but I have all the notes and everything. So there will be an open race, which is basically like a qualifying race to get into the All-Star race. That'll be 3 stages, 20, 20, and 10 laps, and the winner of each of those will advance into the All-Star race, the main event. And then there will be 1 fan vote winner. Whoever has the most votes that isn't in the All-Star race will advance. So there will be 4 stages. There are 15 laps. The 5th stage is 30. The 6th stage is 10. For stages 1 and 3, at the end of the stage, a wheel will be spun, and either the top 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12 will be inverted, which that just throws me for a loop right out the bat. I don't know what the heck they're talking about, but that's what it says, and that's what's going to happen. In stage 2, the entire field will be inverted after that, And stage 4, after stage 4, the lineup will be set by lowest cumulative finish for stages 1 through 4. So let's just say Chase Elliott finishes first, second, third, fourth. His average finish would be 10. So if somebody else had like a 9 average finish, he would start in front of Chase, and so on and so forth. I actually kind of like that, honestly, after stage 4 for them to do like the average finish of all of that. Stage 5 will be 30 laps, and on or before lap 20, everybody must make a green flag pit stop, and whoever has the fastest time from the time they enter pit road, do their pit stop, and leave pit road, whatever team does that the fastest will win $100,000. So I really like that NASCAR is adding that in there. And the line, however they finish at the end of that stage, will determine the lineup for stage 6. That will be 10 laps and unlimited green-white checker attempts. So that's the entire format for the All-Star race. It's 100 laps. And I guess I'll go first with my picks because I have the first pick. So, my first pick, I have to pick Kyle Larson. That's my main pick. He's been on fire this season. No matter where he goes, he's shown he can drive his way up through the field if he's back in traffic. So I think Kyle Larson is a very fair option. That's going to be my main pick. My second pick, man, this is tough. I don't know who to do for my second pick. I'll do Truex as my second pick because he's been probably arguably the second best car this season. And for my sleeper, I'm going to go William Byron. William Byron will be my third pick just because Hendrick Motorsports Equipment has been very good this season, and William Byron could sneak up there and get the win. So those are my 3 picks for the All-Star race. Who are your 3 picks?
Let's see. First pick, I'm going to go with Chase Elliott because he's been the second bit. He's been on the mile and a half. He's always been like second Larson, it seems like, most of the time. So, I mean, it's fair. I mean, Hendrick's been dominant on the mile and a half this year, and he's been up there with Larson. So, he's my main pick. My second pick is going to be Kyle Busch because over the past few years, he's been pretty good at Texas. So it's like 2013 he won their first time, 2016 he won, 2018, and then 2020 recently, the last time they were at Texas. So I have a fair argument to pick Kyle Busch there. And then my third pick is going to be... I'm going to go on a roll and say Kevin Harvick because I feel like he'll also be he's also really good at Texas just as well as Kyle Busch, so I'm going to pick Harvick.
Why didn't you pick Kyle Busch over Chase Elliott, man? You're doing yourself a disgrace. You're picking your favorite driver second on the list there. Why are you doing that?
Listen, I may be a toxic Kyle Busch fan, but I'm not going to be biased here.
Okay, fair enough. Those are all pretty solid picks as well. It'll be interesting, this All-Star race. They've never done anything like it. I do kind of like that they're mixing the field around because it'll have some drivers drive up through the field. I don't really like that random wheel spinning thing. I don't really like that. I feel like if you're going to invert the field, then just do the entire field or something like that. But, what do you have to say about...
It's going to be an absolute disaster. I mean...
What do you have...
we're probably not going to get any of these picks right because somebody like the Vanfoot winner probably will win this race because of that.
Well, I feel like...
And plus, it's also extremely impossible to pass there. There's only one lane on that track.
Well, I feel like stage 5 and 6 will kind of sort things back out because after... Well, because going into stage 5, the lineup will be based on lowest cumulative finish, so whoever finishes the best average will start first for stage 5, and then after that, everybody will have to do a pit stop and all of that. So I feel like that'll kind of cycle everybody back to the front, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But it's going to be an interesting weekend for sure. Hopefully Yeah, I don't know. It's Texas. Texas, like you said, doesn't have that much passing. Not the best racetrack on the circuit, but I'm willing to give it a chance. And hopefully it'll work out good, and it'll be a good All-Star race. I'm not hoping for a 10 out of 10 All-Star race, but hopefully somewhere in the middle it'll be a pretty decent All-Star race. But that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this video. We'll come up with our review video on Monday of the All-Star race and the truck and Xfinity races as well. But until then, we will see you guys in the next video.